The world is on the brink, teetering on the edge of a chasm. Economies are in shambles, politics are fractured, and society is more divided than ever. In a world where the daily news cycles spew out stories of war, famine, and corruption, leaving people disoriented and disillusioned. In this void, masses yearn for someone to make sense of it all. They want a leader, a guide, someone to promise them better days and actually deliver. They heard politicians make promises before, but the wounds from broken vows still sting. This time, they're willing to compromise, to trade off freedoms for a taste of stability. People have become so accustomed to quick fixes and instant gratification, becoming slaves to their desires. The culture endorses self-love above all else, disregarding traditional values as outdated and intolerant. This has laid fertile ground for the spirit of the Antichrist, a pervading ethos that conditions people to reject God's truth and embrace deception. Deep down, many are emotionally drained, relationships are transient, love is conditional, and happiness is as fleeting as a passing cloud. The mental health crisis is escalating, yet nobody has answers. In their vulnerability, people are more susceptible to being led astray. This environment has also seen a decline in genuine spirituality. Religion for many has become a set of empty rituals, another box to tick. Authentic faith is ridiculed, further isolating those who might stand against the deception to come. It is in this fragile state that the world will welcome the lawless one. Deception has been sown, and the harvest is ripe for his arrival. The Antichrist will not come into a world that opposes him, but in a world that has been subconsciously groomed to receive him. The spirit of the Antichrist has prepared the soil, and now it's time for the seed to be planted. Now, as we stand on the cusp of a grim reality, it serves as an emotional and sad reminder of the human condition. Enslaved to sin, yearning for a savior, but too broken to recognize the true savior when he came. The world's readiness to welcome the lawless one is a testament to how far humanity has strayed, embracing darkness over light, lies over truth, and ultimately choosing enslavement over true freedom. And as the world spirals further into chaos and despair, the stage is set for a dark figure to seize the reins. The emotional, social, and spiritual conditions have been meticulously cultivated, awaiting his entrance. All prophecies, the warnings handed down through generations, stand at the threshold of fulfillment. The eerie alignment between the ancient scriptures and the current global scenario is too glaring to ignore. This isn't a coincidence, it's a prelude. We now shift our gaze from the wretched state of the world to the sinister figure who will exploit it, the lawless one, a master of deception and the epitome of evil, whose rise has been foretold through the chronicles of the holy texts. In a fragmented world, fractured by economic collapse and political strife, the stage is set. The world's gaze turned towards the south, where a little horn begins to sprout. The world watches as the lawless one, known initially as the little horn, rises from one of the four fragments of a once mighty empire. Daniel chapter 8 verses 8 through 9. Even in his early days, he expands his dominion towards the south, the east, and the glorious land. Daniel chapter 8 verse 9. The lawless one's power is not just in armies, but in cunning and deceit. He causes deceit to prosper. His words are smoother than butter, yet war is in his heart. He forms alliances only to break them, using the breakdowns to move up the political ladder. His influence spreads, leaving kings and rulers perplexed. In the book of Daniel, the prophet is given visions of strange beasts, each representing empires. The lawless one is associated with the fourth and terrible beast, different from all the other beasts that were before it. He is a mixture of all of them, a grotesque combination that seizes dominion with relentless might. Upon his rise, he topples 3 kings to cement his rule. Daniel chapter 7 verse 24. These are not mere physical battles. These aren't mere physical battles. They are coups, drenched in deception and manipulation. He does not win merely by the sword, but by intrigue. Chapter 11, verse 21. Reaching a pinnacle of treachery, the lawless one confirms a covenant with many, only to break it in midway. He sets up the abomination that causes desolation, asserting himself as God. Having clawed his way up from the fragmented south to dominate the nations, the lawless one now sits at the helm of world power. The dragon has granted him his throne and great authority. Together with the false prophet, they prepare to unleash an era of despair as foretold in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 9. But even in this moment, the seeds of his downfall are sown. For as high as he has risen, his days are numbered. The true king is coming, and when he does, the dominion of the lawless one will be shattered and consumed. Here, the scriptural foundations of the book of Daniel serve as pillars, holding up the intricate tale of how the lawless one gains his authority and power. His rise is a complex web of military conquest, political intrigue, and spiritual darkness. A layered story that serves as a grim reminder of the events that are not yet to unfold.